Welcome back to Chiang Mai, Thailand. Thank you for watching, thank you for clicking on my channel, and Happy New Year. Today is the 1st of January 2025, and I hope you've all had a fantastic Christmas holiday period and look forward to a fantastic and prosperous new year in 2025. So I'm coming to you today from a park on the banks of the Ping River called Kawilla Park. I am here because I did come here when I was first able to get out of my hotel after the floods. This is one of the first places I came. I wasn't able to actually get in because there was just, where I'm actually sitting was underwater. The car park, which is 30 metres away from me, still had a few inches of water and just a thin layer of silty, slushy mud that you wouldn't have been able to ride your bike on, you couldn't walk on. It was that slippery. So why am I doing this video now? The floods in Chiang Mai were at the beginning of October 2024, 3 months ago. Well, a few reasons for that. One is that I wasn't able to actually get out of my hotel for a few days. So that's one reason. Secondly is that I did have a backlog of photos and video footage that hopefully you've already seen. If you haven't, why not? Go back and have a look. And because I had so much footage and me being new to YouTube, learning how to edit and produce something of some sort of quality that you'd want to be able to watch, it's taken me that long to catch up on all that. So here I am today, 1st of January. I don't have a sore head. I did go out last night and have a look at some of the festivities that were going on. There were hundreds of thousands of people everywhere. Now I did go out a little bit earlier in the night to see everything set up. Things were already happening, but it did get a lot busier later on in the night, obviously towards midnight. And there were that many fireworks that I swear I was in a war zone. It was going off left, right and centre. And even when I got home, about 1 o'clock in the morning, there were still bombs going off in the street in and around where I was living. I am, with this video, sort of caught up to where I was with all my footage. I do have quite a few more things to put together. Some of the trips, I won't say trips, my rides around the mountains and through Chiang Mai that I've done over the last few weeks, especially because I have my new bike, which I'll get to in the next video. So if you want to know what I'm riding, the process that I went through to buy my brand new bike, then you have to look in the next video, which I'm quite excited about. And I've got plenty of plans, things that I've been considering for the last at least 12 months, other things and ideas that I've come up with since I've been here. So I am so much looking forward to that, and I'm actually so much looking forward to sharing it with you. In this video, as I said, I'm going to cover off a little bit about the floods in Chiang Mai 3 months on from when they occurred. As devastating as it was back then, for everybody, for businesses, for farmers, for residents, essentially half of the city of Chiang Mai was under at least ankle deep water. But as I've been told by a number of other people, that there are some places where you couldn't walk. Desperate situations call for desperate measures, and some people are actually wading down through the streets in neck-deep water just to be able to get out and get some food, get some water, get some help for those and other people that they were stranded with. So I'm sure there are thousands of stories along those sort of lines that could be told. Like I said, I consider myself quite fortunate that I did have a hotel to stay in. and I didn't have any issues there with the hotel. The hotel were fantastic actually. I'll cover off some of those photos and videos that I took, and I'll make a bit of a comparison between then and now. As I said, I'm in Kuala Park, where my head would be underwater if I was sitting here in the middle of the flood. Not necessarily a good idea, considering not only the water, and you can't breathe water, I'm not a fish, but you can imagine that everything that is in and around a community is now in the water. So we're talking sewage, we're talking fuel, we're talking chemicals, paints, unfortunately dead animals, and all the rubbish that has been swept downstream through the river has then come out, breached the river banks and gone throughout the community. So not a good situation to be in. However, Chiang Mai's bounced back. Chiang Mai has just celebrated a number of festivals. Loi Krathong, Yi Peng, there's a couple of art festivals that I was aware of, a music festival, Christmas celebrations, which the Thais don't normally celebrate Christmas, being a primarily Buddhist country, but give the Thais any reasons to decorate something, they'll go out and they'll decorate the hell out of it anyway. So it's just fantastic to see that they do that sort of thing. And then obviously New Year's Eve celebrations last night literally went off with a bang. And food, singing, dancing, laughing, smiling, and not so much myself, but I'm sure there's plenty of alcohol consumed last night, and I do hope that everybody got home safe and sound. What you're looking at the moment is the army barracks or military barracks on the edge of the city. And then if I pan around, which you could have seen from behind me, I'm standing at the river. In the park itself, now it's not too bad. You can see where they've cleaned up the concrete paths to be able to get through. But again, there was a lot of river silt, mud, which is still here. And if you have a look at this concrete path here to the concrete path down there, it's about another 2 metres, 1.5 metres to 2 metres. This was one gigantic muddy swimming pool. Now they have made an effort to clean up, but as you can imagine, the entire, well, at least half of the city needed to be cleaned up. So I guess over time they will come along and clean it all up, put all the flowers and plants and everything back in that were here beforehand. Now, see if I can find the photos for you, but you can see a couple of little pavilions down on the river's edge there. With the photos that I took, the water level had reached right up, well again, when I'd come here when the water started to subside, the water had come right up to the eaves or the fascias of those shelters. Now, just a quick estimate there, there's another 4 metres from the paving down there up to the concrete path that I'm on, and the river level came up approximately another metre from here. So you can imagine what sort of damage was caused, not just in this local area, but all along both sides of the river, and that went for kilometres. A lot of those businesses, houses, both sides of the river, as I was explaining before, all got at least ankle deep in water, knee deep, hip deep, and in Nong Hoi, from the pictures that I showed you, some of the lower lying areas, I do know of people who are wading through shoulder, neck deep water just to be able to get out and get some water and food, or get to a little kayak that were being handed out by emergency services so they could at least get around. You've got to feel for people. I mean, especially the elderly, disabled, children. You know, it's just heartbreaking to think that people, certainly in some of the lower economic areas, they just don't have the resources, financial, physical resources. They just didn't have it at the time. So, you know, hopefully they have all got to the stage now where they're back to somewhere near normal, like the majority of the rest of the city. Like I said, still evidence of the flood being around from a physical or sight point of view. Emotionally, I think people still would be recovering. So Chiang Mai is back. Just remember to provide me some feedback. What is it that you liked or didn't like about this video? Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and if you haven't, why not? Like the video, please, and feel free to comment. As I said, give me some feedback. Is there something about Chiang Mai that you've heard about that you want to know more? Is it accommodation, things to do, places to go? More than happy to research that if I haven't already been there. I'll provide you my experiences, but be specific about what you would like to see and know about, and I'll do that work for you. If you've been here and you want to relive that, fantastic. If you haven't been here, I'll do my best to give you all the information that you need to plan, prepare and enjoy your time in Chiang Mai. I will be travelling all around the country in time, so please, again, if there are areas of Thailand that you want to know about, revisit, provide some information about, please do that, because again, this is your channel. Just as it is mine, I want you to be able to share your thoughts, feelings, emotions on what it is about this country that you like or that you would like to see. I'll go into greater detail about some of those things in a future video coming up very soon. As I said, I've got some big plans. Now, I'm not going to reveal exactly what that is at the moment. You're just going to have to wait and see. But I will tell you that it's going to start